Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next module. It's sales meeting time. I got to tell you, there isn't a single activity as a sales manager that you will be involved in that will have a greater influence on your team culture and your team spirit more than sales meetings. This is your chance to bring them together, demonstrate your leadership, build that culture, have some fun, and make everybody say, wow, Mark is a great leader, he runs a great team, and this is the company I want to work for. So hopefully I can give you some takeaways to do a better job at structuring and executing a better sales meeting. So right out of the gate, one of the first topics I want to talk about is frequency of meetings. And I am going to tell you that you shouldn't have the sales meeting just for the sake of having a sales meeting. Unless you've got some great content or great value or training subject or up news that you want to bring, don't have the meeting. It's just not worth it. It becomes a waste of everybody's time. So what is the right frequency of meetings? I'm going to tell you that I'm a big fan of quality over quantity. In my mind, every 2 to 3 weeks is about the right format for a sales meeting. If you're trying to plan a sales meeting every week, it's not only a time killer on you as a sales manager, you're also taking those salespeople out of the field very, very frequently, 4 times a month for nearly half a day, or if not longer. So think quality over quantity, and I think the right number is every 2 or 3 weeks. So what is a sales meeting? Let me tell you, a sales meeting is a place for you to inspire. A sales meeting is a place for you to motivate. A sales meeting is a place for you to share great training and great stories, to award recognition. These are all the positive things that have to happen in a sales meeting. A sales meeting is not a place for negative activity. And guess what? Everybody, mandatory, has to attend. No ifs, ands, or buts. You start releasing people and allowing them not to show, it gets contagious. The next thing you know, nobody is showing. So the first thing you want to do is set the tone for the meeting. Look, this should be a fun place to go. When I've got a meeting, man, before anybody shows up, that music is beaten. I got food out, maybe I'm in costume, maybe I've got decoration, whatever it might be, but set the tone that these meetings are a fun place to come. You want everybody to get excited about going to the sales meeting and want to attend. It shouldn't be, oh my God, we're having another sales meeting. So in terms of planning these meetings, I want to encourage you to put a folder on your desktop and make that a training bucket. And what you're going to do is you go through the course of every week. If you're reading a great article or you're watching a great video, or maybe you read the newspaper and you read a good industry-related article, or maybe you went to church and you heard a good sermon, keep that bucket and continue filling it with little nuggets. And you're going to use that as a place to go when you're looking for content for your sales meeting. You're also going to want to engage more people. This is a great place. Let your division president speak. Let your head of construction speak. Get your mortgage team in there. Get the closing coordinator in. Invite your marketing people. This is a team effort, division effort, ladies and gentlemen. The more people you can engage, the better your meetings are going to be. Now, I am a big fan of having a structure or format for the meeting. It just makes planning a lot easier if you break your meeting into separate little time slots, and as you're planning your meeting, you're finding and filling content into those time slots. Now, there's a lot of great meeting formats that you can use out there. If you don't have one, I'm going to give you one. If nothing else, it'll serve as an initial template for you to use. The reason I like this is I don't like to be scrambling on a Wednesday for a meeting I'm holding 2 days from now. A good sales manager is always planning these meetings 2, 3, 4 meetings out. That's where you want to be. You want to be ahead of your meetings. If there's any last minute changes, they simply go into that slot for housekeeping and last minute news. So again, our goal is we're going to break the template and the schedule up into slots, and I'm focused on filling those slots. So let me kind of give you a template. I'm going to ask my video guy to drop this template down so you can see it, and it works like this. Start with something fun. The first 5 or 10 minutes, come out with a great story, come out with a great joke, come up with something that's been in the news. You want to get their attention, make them feel welcome. Okay, for the next 20 to 40 minutes, this is where you want to slot in your guest short topic. Here's a takeaway. Make that guest short topic be the one that provides the breakfast. It could be a vendor, a contract, or a lender, or somebody from the outside that's talking about a new feature, a new offering that you have within the division. So start with something fun, move to your guest short topic, 20 or 40 minutes. Then you want to move into your housekeeping mode. This is where you're going to spend 15 to 30 minutes talking about those little tasks that you need to update with the division. Then I'm going to break. If they're sitting for an hour, I am going to take a break. Usually every hour I will do that. When they come back for a break, I'm going to go to a 30-minute training session. And I'm going to have a new topic every week that I'm going to be focused on. Maybe it's a different speaker, maybe it's a different manager, but I am hard and fast. Every week I am going to provide some key relevant training that these salespeople will get something out of. All right, that leaves me 15 to 30 minutes left. For that last 15 to 30 minutes, think motivation, think inspiration, think about influencing their thinking. What can you do to inspire that team during the last 15 minutes? It could be a great story you read in an article. It could be a great YouTube video. It doesn't matter. But every meeting should include some training and some motivation. Okay, so again, make these meetings engaging. There's a lot of fun things you can do. You can create parking lot topics. You can create a little mini expert panel of salespeople that can come up to the front and you can dialogue about what are some of the challenges, what are the best ways to overcome common objections. You can create a case study, or you can create knowledge-based games, things that you can do. But the key thing is to be creative, and second, to make sure that you are prepared for the meetings. Great books is another way. Maybe you can profile a great book you're reading and some of the takeaways that you have. But create a file for all your motivational, inspirational training stuff on your computer and use those as your buckets when creating a sales meeting. Another takeaway, make sure everybody is on time. This is a pet peeve for mine. I go to a lot of sales meetings and I see a lot of this. Well, we've got 3 people that we're waiting on, and then we'll start the meeting. Well, guess what? I'll bet those same 3 people were the same 3 people we're waiting on last week. In my mind, it's disrespectful for those 95% of the people that showed up on time. As a leader, set the tone. This meeting starts at 9 o'clock sharp, whether you're here or not. And what does that do? That puts the pressure on the people that usually come late. Take care of the people that are there on time and the people that are prepared. Okay, another takeaway. Try to avoid recognizing the same people over and over again. So review our meeting on sales contests. You're going to have to look at different metrics for recognition beyond just sales. So whether it's realtor outreach, KPIs, or maybe who's the best rookie agent or junior agent, or who's had the most cross sales. Come up with something for recognition that avoids rewarding the same old people the same old time. So again, the key factor here is this. Meetings are a place for training. And it doesn't have to be one sales manager that's carrying the load. Set up a training calendar. If you got 3 or 4 sales managers, well, okay, that's 2 months worth of training that you can divide among 4 people, asking each one of them to provide a training topic and to execute that training. And take advantage of tools. There's marvelous videos out there. YouTube has got a wealth of great training opportunities, so you don't have to do all the heavy lifting yourself, okay? And again, don't overlook those motivational things because they can really inspire the team in a great way. A couple other things you want to think about. Mix it up. When I say mix it up the location. Maybe you've got a new community you just opened and you want to showcase that model for cross-selling. Maybe you just opened up this beautiful new grand amenity and you want to use that clubhouse. How about a breakfast meeting? About once a month, I love doing a breakfast meeting at a local restaurant. The agents love it. Take them out of their element. Mix it up. Maybe it's an activity like, hey, we're going to go to Topgolf and have a meeting, or maybe one of these great escape rooms or go-karts. These kind of engagements simply make meetings a whole lot more of fun. Don't be afraid to mix up the speakers. Like I said, bringing outside contractors, motivational speakers, division presidents, engage the salespeople. Some of your best speakers are on your team. Invite them to participate in the meeting and don't be afraid to use your best talent. Mix up the room. I love this. One week the room is in a U, the next week it's in a classroom, right? So again, you want to keep mixing it up on these people so they're a little bit off kilter and don't always know what to expect. Lastly, don't be afraid to mix up the technology. You know, a lot of times I'll do a meeting in PowerPoint. The next week I might switch to Prezi. So there are a lot of great presentation tools out there, and don't be afraid to challenge yourself with different technologies. Speaking of technology, here's another great technology. How about a Skype meeting? Now, there are times where you're going to feel like either you don't have enough content or maybe it's the last week of the month and you don't want to pull everybody out of the field. This is a great time for a Skype meeting. Maybe you're doing a call-a-thon or you've only got some housekeeping things that you want to announce. They're important news. And you say, hey, I want to get everybody on for a 15-minute Skype meeting, and that's it. Skype is a wonderful tool, and I promise the agents will so appreciate you having a quick, short meeting rather than dragging them for a meeting that doesn't have a lot of content. So we round out this segment. This is a great, great subject that I hope you embrace and take something out of. And I want you to remember, meetings are not a place for negative events. This is a place to recognize, reward, have some fun, share great news, share your successes. Most importantly, have fun and always end them on a high note. Thanks for watching.